Any other thing outside the knowledge of the Son of God fed you is a disservice to your spiritual growth. You cannot grow by motivation. You cannot grow by feeding on success principles. Now, where are the principles, success principles? Global economies have all collapsed with all the principles still standing. Where are the motivational principles? Where are all of those things? They have collapsed. But one thing still stands. The message of his death, burial, and resurrection. That is the consistent diet that the believer must feed on. And anybody who is supposed to be feeding you, that is feeding you motivation and success and marriage and all that, is doing you a disservice to spiritual growth. Everybody must be seen rallying around the knowledge of the Son of God. That's the diet for spiritual growth. Whether it's a pastor, a bishop, a brother, or sister, anybody that is always talking business principles, success principles, marriage, all the time, relationships and all that, you've got to be wary of such people. Keep them at arm's length. A believer's focus should be on the knowledge of the Son of God. That should be the focus of the believer. And anything outside of that, you're not growing. You're going to be malnourished. Or you will be distracted if you're not careful. And it's very easy to be distracted. You won't even know you've been distracted until you are far gone. That's why you cannot afford to even toy around with these realities. I mean, look at the stern warning Brother John will give to the church. Brother John, in the book of 2 John, verse 8. Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive a full reward. Verse 9. Whoso transgresseth and abideth, take note of the word abideth, abideth not in the doctrine of Christ. That's where to abide. Anybody that is always taking you away from Christ and is always distracting you, instead of feeding you spiritual diet, which is Christ, is always distracting you with relationships, business, principles of success, which all of them have collapsed like a pack of cards in our very eyes in the last few months. The whole world is at a standstill because of a common virus, corona, very common virus. The entire world has shut down. It shows you the vanity of those things. And a lot of people bound and afflicted with fear. Some people have given up. People are killing themselves because when they look at the future, there is no future for them. They can't see anything ahead. That is the vanity and the emptiness of feeding on any diet that is not Christ. Marriages, relationships are under pressure at this time of lockdown. Many husbands and wives can't stay together with all the teachings on marriage. It's not working. The knowledge of the Son of God is the diet that takes care of your spiritual life. And a man's spirit will sustain his infirmity. Look at it. Give me that John where we're reading. Whoso transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ hath not God. He that abideth, circle the word abide, not visit, not casually, no. Abide, take up residence, live there, stay there, morning, afternoon, night, live there. Abideth in the doctrine of Christ, he hath both the Father and the Son. Give me the next verse. If there come any unto you, if there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house. Receive them not into your space. Neither bid him Godspeed. Neither bid him Godspeed. Did you hear what I just said? This is very important. The diet of the believer is the knowledge of the Son of God. If you feed on anything other than that, you cannot grow. And I'm telling you that if your focus is on anything other than that, you're not growing. You are not growing.